Okay, all right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are so excited to have you here with us today to learn how to create your life by your design, nobody else's. So, if you don't know me, my name is Heather Lena, and this is the beautiful Michelle with me. And I'm
Hi.
going to be sharing with you an online business that is very, very different. It's a very different model, and that's actually why I love it so much, why we're so excited to be sharing it because it's just very real and authentic and heart-based and can create true freedom on every level. So time freedom, financial freedom, location freedom, and what I've discovered is a bonus inner freedom, where you really get to anchor into who you are and learn your value and learn just that just being who you are is creates so much impact. It's a really beautiful business. So I invite you all to come with an open mind and open heart and be here with us today. Our intention is to keep this to around 30 minutes to honor everyone's time. So we're going to dive right into it. So the business essentially has three pillars or three elements that all work together to create the time, financial, and location freedom. So we're going to take you through each one of those. So the first one, actually, I'll hand it off to Michelle to get started with the first one. And just a real quick minute on me, just so you know who I am, why I'm here. So I'm coming to you from Costa Rica. I'm here with my husband, our two beautiful children. And we've been down here for about 5 years now and really creating a life by our design. You know, we've got some land, a cabina, a food forest, just homeschooling, kind of designing our own kids' schooling and life and, going to the States when we want to visit family and just really having that freedom to travel freely, to be where we want to be, to plant roots where we want to plant roots. And we came from corporate America. So my husband and I were both structural engineers. That's where we met in Boston. And um, that's where we discovered that the life we were living was just not where we wanted to move forward with. We didn't want to be in a cubicle. We didn't want to be in the cold. We wanted to be out in nature, really doing things that felt more aligned. So this business has been such a blessing in so many ways. So that's just a little bit about me. I'll weave more in as we go. But I really want to get into it. So I'm going to hand it off to Michelle to share with you our first pillar.
Okay. Hi, everyone. If you're not familiar with me, I am Michelle Lee Hall. I am a single mom of a wild 3-year-old. You may hear her running around upstairs. That's totally fine. Um, I found this business actually through Heather, and it speaks to the first pillar that I'm going to talk about, but I couldn't tell you how we became friends on Facebook. Just one day I was following her and I saw her story, and she was literally living the life that I want for my daughter and I. So I had my daughter by choice. I'm a full-time single mom, and I went into it knowing that. But I also knew that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Becoming a mom was like my life desire. And I selfishly want to spend all the time I can with my daughter. So I was like searching and searching, and I've tried so many different things. And I've had to have these like huge battles with what I'm like felt like I was obligated to do based on what I was taught growing up with jobs and like, what is the responsible choice and wanting the life of freedom that I knew I needed for myself and my daughter to raise her the way that I want to. I eventually want to world school her and all of these things. I want to learn how to grow and sustain food with her and just I have this beautiful vision. And that's when I kind of reached out to Heather and was like, what is it you do? Like, I just have to know, like, what do you do? And we had this conversation and got to know each other. And the next thing you know, here we are. So that's the first pillar. It's about personal branding and attraction marketing. So if you're not familiar with either of those things, personal branding is basically the way you get to show up and be who you are, who you authentically are, and you get to find your vision. You get to find your message. You don't have to come into this knowing like this is what I want to do and this is who I'm speaking to. I had no idea. The only thing I knew was that this was my pathway to the life that I wanted. I have learned every single other thing along the way, and it's mostly due to this platform, which I will get into later. But personal branding, just showing up as your goofy, silly, serious, like crazy mom bun. It doesn't matter. You get to just show up and be you. And that's what leads into the attraction marketing part. So, attraction marketing is by showing up, telling your story, sharing your vision, just sharing all of who you are. It's an energetic, like, push out into the universe. So what it does is it attracts like-minded, like-souled people, just like Heather. Her content attracted me to her, and we have so many things in common when it comes to the way that we want to show up as parents and all of that. So her content and her just being herself is what attracted me to her. And that's how it works. You get to just show up and your tribe will come to you. It's really such a like beautiful flow and way to show up online. You don't have to, send messages to people if you don't want to. You do have the option to use ads if that's something that you choose to. We have tons of training on it, but you don't have to. This business is and has been and is continuing to be built on just organically showing up as yourself and just like sharing your vision and your message and who you are. And you change lives and they get to reach out to you and you get to help carry people through this and like help them see what their dreams and their desires are. It is really, really a beautiful process. Do you have anything to add to that, Heather?
Yeah, I think this is the reason that I chose this business because for me, I was like, well, I was a full-time mom, and before that I was in a cubicle. And so if you I feel like there's a couple of different groups of people who are, you may be one of them watching this, where like either you're like, yes, I love to just show up as me online. I already show up that way. I already share my message, share my heart. This is amazing because this right here, what we're going to show you is a way to monetize that in a very exponential way. If you are like me, when I started, like I said, I was in my little mom bubble, my safe little mom bubble. Before that, I was in a cubicle. So for me, it was terrifying to put myself out there. I was like, I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to say. And we have all of that. And like Michelle said, she's going to get into that a little bit later. But we teach you all of that. We teach you like different things you can speak on, like what you can share about, but really just sharing in a way that is your heart and soul and not putting a product out front. So for me, like when I found this, after leaving the engineering world and going into being a mom, I started thinking about what do I really want to do that like really excites me. And I found energy healing and I found making natural products. And I love to just tinker with my herbs and I love to just be in nature. And I really love the energy healing work that I wanted to do. And I was like, this is my life's work. This is my passion. And so if you are someone who you have your passion work and you're already like, you're not creating either the time and or financial freedom that you're looking for, because that's what I had. I had this little itty bit about amount of time and energy, let's face it, as a mom. And I was trying to put that all into my energy healing work, and just trading time for money and all of that just wasn't going to do it. So I found this business and I was really resistant to it at first because I was like, I just want to do my healing work. I just want to do that. But at the same time, I want to get rid of my husband's corporate job because it was taking all of our time. It was just like exhausting everybody. It was running the family. It had full control over, over our time. So I needed something really, really powerful. So, but I didn't want to put a product out front because it's not what I was looking for. I was looking for freedom. I was just looking for a way to transition from a corporate income to something that is equal or beyond, and where I could just be myself and it would still go alongside what I truly cared about. So that's what you get to do when you build a personal brand. You're just showing up as you. So if you're showing up in this way, or you have an offering, if you have a passion work, that's perfect. You can still have that. This is just another offering. And when you have a personal brand, like it is recession proof because it's you. You take it with you anywhere you go. It's a non-compete place. That's why our community is so beautiful, because it's collaborative. It's not competitive, because everyone, even though we
Mhm.
all are doing the same business, we're all doing it in a completely unique way. Like Michelle was saying, it's your vibration that's going to draw people to you. So you really just get to show up as who you are instead of a product. And you get the choice. If you want to put a product out front, you can. If you want to put yourself up front, you can, and share about the business and a way to create income and freedom online, or both. This truly gets to be a business that feels so good to you. So again, pillar number one, I'll just like recap as we go because it's a very different business model, guys. And I want you to like really feel into how authentic and simple it gets to be. I feel like sometimes we think things have to be hard, they have to be time consuming, they have to be
Mhm.
all, they don't. So this business is very simple. So the first pillar is personal branding and attraction marketing. You show up as you are, you share what you love, what makes you laugh, what makes you cry, what you value, what you believe in, and you get to share about a business. And you get to share about other things if you have your other offerings as well. That's your personal brand. And by doing that, you're sharing and inviting people to reach out and learn about it. So we're really speaking to the people who are seeking. This is not where you're just trying to sell to everybody and you're just trying to spam everybody. There's none of that here. This is completely an alignment business where you show up in alignment, you invite people who are feeling aligned with you to reach out if they're looking for something that you're offering. So that's the first pillar. So we get to show up, we get to create an impact just by sharing our values, sharing our hearts, and creating this beautiful ripple effect right on the front, just in our content. So pillar number 2 is the financial freedom piece, right? We need a vehicle. We need something that is going to create that financial freedom. So within our company, within our community, we were looking for something that really aligned with our values, that is like health, wealth, community, that was really in integrity. And we found that within a company called Enagic. And Enagic is this beautiful 50-year-old Japanese company, and they produce Kangen water. Some of you may have heard of it. I had never had. And the thing is, it is high ticket. So these are terms I didn't know. Maybe you know them, but high ticket just means high commission. So essentially, it takes the same amount of time and energy to sell something where you get maybe a $25 commission versus somewhere here where you're getting hundreds to thousands of dollars per sale. It's
Mhm.
so powerful. So if you think about the little tiny time and energy that we have as moms, or whatever it is that you do, if you have a small amount of time and energy and you're looking to transition or you're looking to supplement, then we want to get the most amount of money with the least amount of time and the biggest amount of impact. And that's what this business is truly about. So Kangen water, it is charged antioxidant rich water, and it's medical grade water. It's truly, truly incredible. I love to share the origin story. So Kangen means return to
Love
origin, and it's meant to restore your body to its
it.
original state. And for me, I'm such a nature earth mama, hippie hearted, all of that. Um, so I love the origin story. So it was years ago, the Japanese scientists were looking for a way to um, have the healthiest water there is. And so they went to all these different places in the world where people were saying they were living longer, healthier lives, and they were saying it was because of the water. So they went to these different places where people were calling it holy water or magic water, and they studied the water and what made it so healthy, like from this natural flowing state. And they recreated it in this machine. And I think that's just beautiful for having it be like second best to going out and drinking the water that's naturally flowing and occurring. And it's not just that for me, like I love the health aspect of it, but I also love the environmental aspect of it. So I've always been someone who was like, I love zero waste and sustainability. I remember replacing all of my paper things in my house with cotton and like all of this. And especially as a mom, I wanted everything to be non-toxic. So this water not only has, drinking properties, but it also has cleaning properties. So it has all these different settings to replace so many things in your home, to replace chemicals and toxics and plastics. So for me, like my husband was really into the hydration. He's really into fitness and nutrition. So he was really interested in that aspect of it. For me, I was like these different settings where you can do your laundry with the water. You can clean your house with the water. There's a beauty setting that's good for our skin. So I was all these products that I was already making. I was making my own natural cleaners. I used to have my son with a squirt bottle next to me, just trying to get him to clean with me. And making my own laundry detergent, making my own facial products and all of that. And I was like, wow, this is just like you push a button and you can use that setting to do all of these things. So for me, it was super, super aligned. So that is the health aspect of it. So it's really good for people. It's good for the planet. They last 15 to 25 years for one machine. I mean, if you're somebody who buys bottled water, I mean, think about that. Like that's incredible, the amount that you can
Not
save.
just the bottled water, but all of the products that you would consume for cleaning and stuff in those 25 years. It's really like magical. It's amazing.
It's huge. It's amazing. So, and then of course the wealth aspect, right? This is why we're here. Because honestly, like when I first was looking into this business, I was really looking for something that would create the financial freedom that my family needed. So like I said, like this, you start out with like the smallest amount is $340 for one sale. We also have strategies within our community, like you can call them packages, whatever way you want to get started. If you want to start really powerfully, we have ways to start out where you're already making $1,000 to $2,000 on your very first sale. And you're going to learn, we're going to invite you to learn more and deep dive into that as you learn more about the automation, which supports our time freedom, which is coming next. But really understanding the power of this compensation plan was like, wow, I fell for that. Like I felt really aligned with the product, but the compensation plan was like mind blowing. And on top of that, they have what they call legacy wealth. So once you reach a certain point in your business, you get a monthly bonus for life. And that starts at $5,000 a month. It goes up to $80,000 a month. People come into our community, and that's their goal, is in the first 3 to 5 years to get to legacy wealth, make $5,000 minimum a month. Like, imagine that. Like, just think about like, coming from corporate. I'm like, how many years do I have to work to get what by the end of it? Like, if there's even anything there by the end of it when I reach that age. Do you know what I mean? So this is like a really, really powerful
And
compensation.
it's totally passively. That's like a passive amount on top of what your business is already creating. That's what got me. Like you just get it for going to bed every night. It's just
It,
there. Yeah,
it's
once you hit
truly
that point.
sustainable. And like you said, on top of the business you already get. So really that's just a minimum if you're still actively running your business. And many, many people in our community are. They're in the legacy wealth and they are still mentoring and supporting and helping everybody to get there. Because once they get there, they're not just saying, all right, I'm done. They're like, man, this is incredible. I want everyone to know about this. And the thing about it is it's so I love the way the structure is because the compensation structure, it's over and down. So it's not a pyramid. Everybody's like, wow, pyramid, that's not it. Like corporate America org chart, that's pyramid. But this one is actually over and down. So for each machine, there's 8 points of commission, and you'll learn more about this as well. But $340 is 1 point, and you can actually earn eight pieces of the pie. So you can out earn your sponsor, you can outrank your sponsor, you can even put this business down. And this is the community piece too. It's like you can put this business down if something comes up in your life or you need to take a break. And my sponsor, and she wasn't my sponsor, actually, she was my mentor. But we worked so closely together.
Mhm.
She did that, she put her business down for a full year. She was healing from a divorce. She needed some time. She's like, I need to heal. And she still received so generously for that entire year. And she was an unschooling mom of two, totally burnt out, tons and tons of debt. You'll hear her story within our community. And, she put this business down for a year. I fully supported her that whole year. And then she came back and hit legacy wealth in 4.5 years. So in 4.5 years, she created this while taking a year off. So you can put your business down, there's no
Amazing.
de-ranking, and you can pick it right back up in the same spot. So I love that, like on it, because I had a baby last year. So I've put my business down when I've needed to, and it still runs, it still provides. We have a beautiful community. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible, like everything. And it's like one-time investment. So there's nothing you need to continue buying. There's no minimums you need to meet. Like you really
Mhm.
truly just get to come in and receive. And the only last thing I want to touch on this is because sometimes people at this point are like me, everyone's like, hang on, product. I thought, sell a product, you want to talk about a product. Why are we now product? Well, the product is the vehicle that pays us, and Magic is what pays us so generously, so beautifully. We can feel aligned with the product, but we don't have to put it out front. It is your choice. A lot of people love the product so much, even if they don't intend to put it out front, they end up putting it out front because they drink the water, they feel the difference, and they're like, everyone needs one of these. Or there are people that just say, I like me. I've been in this over 4 years now. I've never once done a post about the product. It's because I love to share about whatever I feel like sharing about. I love to share about what's on my heart. I love to share about my kids. I love to share about, the food forest or things that we're doing here, things that I'm learning, the growth that you experience here. Another mentor of mine called this, we call it a personal development with a compensation plan.
Yeah.
Personal development journey with a compensation plan. And it's so true. That's what it's been for me. So I love to share things that are helping me grow as a person, things that are helping me deal with day to day, helping me become a better mom, helping me like whatever it is. So I love to share about whatever I love to share about and inviting people to learn about a business where you really get to do that, where you get paid to do that. How incredible is that? So you will be learning in the next pillar. I'm just going to recap again. So first pillar, personal branding and attraction marketing. You show up as yourself. You show up in your authenticity. You show up as who you are. You invite people to come learn about what you've found that is just changing your life. And they reach out to you. And the product is where we get compensated so beautifully. We get to feel aligned with the product. And the next pillar that I'm going to have Michelle dive into is our time freedom. So that was our location freedom. That was our financial freedom. I'm going to have Michelle dive on into our time freedom piece as I feel it.
Okay.
I took
Yeah, and
control.
this one I'm gonna try and like stay within a time frame because I get very, very passionate about this part because my time freedom is one of my highest values above my family. Like having that time to actually spend with my family is one of my major goals. Of course, the compensation plan is next level and I like I'm in love with it, but this part is what gives me the life that I want. So the automation and the education come through from our Freedom Era Academy platform. And it is one of the most transformative things that I have ever been a part of in my life. Like, and I mean that from my core. So the automation piece is really, really beautiful. The first step, which Heather will go into a little bit more detail at the very end, but it's the first step is the discovery process. And this really changed everything for me. So what it is it's a whole series of like videos and questions. And what it does is it helps you figure out what you truly desire for yourself and your family, and what's been stopping you potentially from getting there. And then it helps you like break open your mind, and then it'll go into the product and the company and everything to see if you truly align. Because we really don't want to waste anyone's time, energy, or money. And that's what this process does. It really, really gives you the opportunity to figure out what you want and how this business can provide that for you or help you get there. And it's a way to make an educated decision. I personally don't think that you should do anything without making an educated decision and making sure that it's something you're truly aligned with. Because this is like a lifelong thing, you got to make sure it's something that you're really aligned with and speaks to your heart. And that's what the discovery process does. And that's like an automated system that you would go through. It's really beautiful. And you would also be scheduling a call with a digital business specialist, a DBS. That's another huge part of the automation. We do not have to do our own sales calls, nor do we have to sit for hours doing paperwork. It is all done for us. Like you don't have to do that. You just help someone, you help lead them through the process and show them what is available and open to them. And people get to see if it's aligned and make an educated decision for themselves to move forward um, through the platform and with the business. And there is also the education part. Now, I have to speak to the Money Mastery course because I went into that course and the craziest things started happening for me. First of all, like my growth and evolution and personal development in the last year that I've been a part of this business is something that I never even could have imagined I was capable of. I have transformed, grown, and evolved so much as a person, as a spirit, as a mom. Like it's really like I'm getting a little bit of emotional. It's one of the most touching experiences for me. And it started with the Money Mastery course. So my family, we grew up without, so much money. And I didn't realize how many like stories and traumas that I had around money that I was blocking myself of, thinking that I could achieve a lot or I had to work so hard just to get a little bit. And that kind of goes into when I found this, I was really teetering on what I needed to do for my daughter and I, and what I felt obligated to do because it's what I was always taught. I had actually enrolled in a medical billing and coding program right before um, right before I decided to completely pivot and start my online business. So I had just invested thousands and thousands of dollars into this program that would have taken 12 to 18 months. And there was a very high chance that I wouldn't have been hired for at least a year to 2 years once I got out. The market was fully saturated. I didn't medically meet all of the qualifications that they required. And the work from home positions were really hard to get as a beginner. But I thought that was a responsible decision. So I completely like when I was going through this course and like learning all of this, it just triggered something in me that I needed to start making decisions based on what I knew I was capable of and I could do. And that is what blew open for me in the Money Mastery course. I started to realize how much I deserve wealth and how much I have been blocking myself from wealth. And it taught me all of these tools and habits to change so that I could, you know, move forward with a different outlook on money. I started getting like checks in the mail from places that I worked 5, 6, 7 years ago, just random checks in the mail. It was the wildest thing ever. And it was all due to all of the inner personal growth work that I did through the platform. So Money Mastery changed my life, but I went into this with a locked down Facebook. I think I had like 137 friends, and they were all people I personally knew. And my profile was as private as you could get it. Like every privacy like setting there was on there, I had that. It was on. Like nobody could see you could even search for me on Facebook. So I had no following. I knew nothing about marketing on social media. It was my diary. It was like how I showed everybody in my family what I was doing. I had no idea how to market or create content or, have a voice or anything like that. I had no idea. And it was okay because in our platform, there are so many courses on marketing, sales, leadership, mindset work. There's something I'm missing. Money mastery. And it's all video led. So this speaks to the time freedom. So these courses not only teach you how to launch your business. Oh my gosh, it's literally like a step by step by step guide on how to start your business, like how to prep your socials and then how to like announce that you're going to start a business and then every single step that you need from novice, like very, very, very beginner to like extreme, like legacy income. So it's all step by step laid out. And what's most beautiful about it is they're self-led videos. These are things that, excuse me, I do while my daughter's napping. After she goes to bed at night, that's when I watch my videos. It's so perfect for someone who has a busy life or has children and, can't show up for 4, 6, 8 hours a day. You can literally like sit and watch, 10, 15 half-hour video here and there, implement, move on, move forward. So it is such a beautiful thing. Let me kind of recap. I told you I get really passionate about this. So
It's perfect. I think it's perfect.
time freedom is my time with my daughter is like the one thing that I want most. Yes, I'm going to financially support us and give us all the things that we want, but I want to be able to share it. It means nothing to me if I can't spend it with my daughter. So having that time freedom is, like I said, one of my highest values. So just a slight recap of my passionate spiel is automation is the beautiful discovery process to find out and figure out if this is aligned with you. Then we have digital business specialists who literally show up and do your business calls for you. They're like masters in this field and they know everything there is to about the business. They can answer any questions that anyone has and they do the paperwork and the financing. Like it's all done for you. So that's more time with my daughter. The education platform is what has helped me grow and evolve and given me the opportunity to study here and there with headphones in while my daughter's napping and sleeping. So again, that speaks to the time freedom. These are all things that I can do in little pockets of time when when I'm able. I do sit down and work for an hour here and an hour there, but those are things that I choose to do. This education platform is like I don't think there's a single thing that's not in it that you need to build and grow this business. Okay. I love it. I love our platform. I do. And the community of the platform. Oh, that's like a whole nother, oh my gosh. Like Heather. Heather is a dear friend to me now, and she's a part of the community. Like I found all of these moms and women and just people who are aligned and have the same, no, not the same, because everybody's is slightly different, but similar dreams and desires and want to change their lives and the world and everything. And we all get to come together. And I have never felt so supported or held up in my entire life. Like the community is just, it's next level. Like it's like a second family, in all honesty. Okay. Do you have anything, Heather? Oh, I seriously love our platform. I could go on for days.
I think that's the best like presentation on our platform I've ever heard. I love it. I have nothing
I truly love it.
to add. That's so beautiful. Yeah, and you're right. The community is just a next level. It's a piece that I didn't know how much I needed. I think as a
The
female,
same for me.
Like, I didn't have like a lot of female friends. I always wanted that support, and coming into a community where it's people understand what you're going through, because when you are starting your own business, just that alone is scary, and just that alone you need support, and you get support from people who understand what you're going through. I had the most amazing, I mean, I say women because that was really who I leaned towards, but I like supporting me. So when I was
Mhm.
first starting, I had all my fears, all my doubts, all this stuff coming up, and I just needed to cry. I had people to cry to who knew what I was going through, who
Like they
understood.
had been exactly where you were and they could fully relate. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
And to celebrate me, and to mentor.
Yes.
And everyone gets this. Everyone gets this. Like, we have the most incredible community. So whether people are two steps ahead or all the way at the top, everyone is turning around. They've got their hand out saying, "Come on, we've got you." And they're cheering you on. They're mentoring you. They're celebrating you. They're helping you work through those doubts and those fears, and have that, not enoughness come up that we all have come up. And it's just the most incredible thing. And that was like, I didn't know how much I needed it. I didn't know how much I needed this business, actually. Like, I've always been very insecure, very you know, self-conscious, and going through this journey of learning my value and putting myself out there. It's incredible, the transformation. It's been like my whole spiritual journey has been starting an online business, which sounds crazy, but it's so true. And to have a
I have,
community.
yeah, this business has literally changed my life, my like everything. My mind, my mindset is like, I wake up so happy and just like excited every
How
single
much is that worth,
day.
right? Like, how
I
much
I
is
didn't used
it
I didn't used
happy?
to be like that. Yeah.
So,
Like,
and then the automation alone, like, I mean, like, so Michelle was saying, like, it's this beautiful process. So to wrap it up, I guess, but I just want the automation, I just want to speak to that for a minute,
yeah.
because I had seen this happen in our community, and I've watched, listened to stories in our community. I got to witness it myself last year when I had my daughter, and she needed a surgery, right? She needed surgery when she was 5 months old. So you can imagine, like, as a mom, what you're going through, and you're not, you're not like doing business that day, right?
Yeah.
And on that day, when I was in the hospital, I did overnight with my daughter, and I had the DBS handling my people for me. So I had this beautiful couple coming through, and they went through the discovery process. They felt super aligned. And that day they had booked for a digital business specialist call. And, I reached out to the digital business specialist and to that beautiful couple. And I said, "You guys, here, I'm going to be offline. I'm going to be here and present with my daughter and all of this." And of course, everyone understood, and that they handled my sales call. They closed it. They did my paperwork. They brought on this beautiful couple for me. And now I get to work with them. And it's like, and make thousands of dollars while you're being present for your baby girl's surgery, to have all that happening for you and lovingly supported, and to make,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing like it to have automation. Like, I think all of us feel like you need to be out there and doing all this stuff yourself, and you have to do all this stuff, and you don't. Like, you get to learn how to receive. You get to learn
Yeah,
how to.
that's a big thing for me. I'm like still learning. Stop the hustle, go with the flow. Like it's still something that comes up for me. Like I've always lived my life like I have to do all the things to have any success. And that it's the complete opposite here. Like slow it down. And you're always telling me, slow it down. You don't have to do all the things.
Very
But
zen.
that's the beauty of it is we really don't. All of that hustle energy and like the go, 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 that gets to evaporate. And I get to like come back to myself and just spend that time with my daughter instead of trying to do 8 million things that I don't need to be doing to be successful. And it's
Yeah.
really, it's a
Only
lesson
need
I keep learning, but
You only need a couple hours a day to start
yeah.
this business. You need a couple of hours a day, and I will tell you, anyone can find that. I remember my mentor telling me that, because she was like an unschooling mom of two who has time. She's like, the time I spent on Netflix or scrolling through my phone at night or anything, because you don't even need consecutive. I never do 2 hours consecutive. Like, I have a baby and a 9-year-old, like, and I homeschool. It's like, so, you find little pockets of time, and we actually, we share with this within our community, like, how can you, exactly the things you need to do and the amount of time that they take. And that's what I do. I'm doing a little 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, and it
Mhm.
gets to be that simple. So now I'll wrap this up. So 3 pillars. Our location freedom comes from this being all online. building with a personal brand, utilizing attraction marketing. So we're just out there being who we are. And people are like, how the heck do you just get to like post on Facebook, just being who you are and receive? Well, this is how, right? So we're putting ourselves out there. Our vibration is drawing others to us who are seeking, who are feeling aligned with our content, and maybe they feel aligned with this business. So they reach out to you. You get to share with them then a webinar similar to this. And that's the thing is like, that's why it's only a couple of hours a day. So much is automated within the platform. We have all these different webinars. You find the one that aligns the most with you and you share it. So you get to earn from day one. We have you up and running in no time so that you get to earn as you learn, because you get to receive all of the support. So personal branding, attraction marketing, then we have our financial freedom from Beautiful and Magic. They're incredible products. They're unbelievable compensation plan. And then we have the automation, which is our time freedom, which we were just talking about, which Michelle is so passionate about. And I have, oh my gosh, I have so much I could share on that. Just what I've received just in this past year. My baby girl has had 2 surgeries in the past year, and I've been able to take weeks off at a time or whatever I want, whatever I want. And I work very, very minimal, and this business still flows and I still receive, and it's absolutely beautiful. I have so much support. And so that's it. Like, and the next step is to go into the discovery process. So this is our automation. And the reason we invite you to come in is to experience the automation for yourself. Because that's it. People reach out to you, you share a webinar. Do they feel aligned with the webinar? Do you feel aligned with this? Even if you don't understand it, we don't expect you to understand it. I did not understand it. At this point, I didn't understand it. But like Michelle said, do your research, feel, and I always say feel into it. Whatever, left brain, right brain, wherever you are, really go in, and then you can make an informed, educated decision. And you can feel, does this feel right? Is there a pulling in me? Because that's what it was for me. So you go into the discovery process, you're led through this beautiful coaching program that Michelle was talking about, where they ask the questions that nobody asks, like break down the walls, get out of the box. What do you really want to do with your life? And believe that it's possible for you, because people in our community have created incredible lives, ordinary people. It's unreal what you can create with this compensation plan and with this business model, the way that you can do it. And like I said, the least amount of time, the most amount of money, the biggest amount of impact. So go through the discovery process, feel into it, understand, what does this look like? Then you'll be led through all of the deep dive into the products, into the compensation plan. How do we get to start earning with thousands of dollars as soon as we start? That's what I was interested in. How does that happen? And the reason that this is all automated, this is all built for us. So this is where you just plug and play. It is a truly plug and play turnkey business. That's what I was looking for. My husband and I were like, we just need something that's going to give us time and financial freedom so we can go live our life. Just raise our children, just be with the land, to travel, to do our passion work. That's all we wanted. That's what this is. This is a turnkey business online because of this automation. So I don't have to be an expert in the products. I don't have to give presentation after presentation, after sales call, after sales call, and spending my time doing paperwork, spending my time explaining everything, setting up funnels. I wouldn't have a clue how to do that. I have no interest in learning how to do that.
I still don't know how to do that. No, thank
you
you.
don't have to. You literally just, if you have a Facebook or an Instagram, that's all you need. And you have the drive, you have the will, you have the, I am ready to change my life. If you have that, go into the discovery process, go through it, and see if this is right for you. Because it's a few hours of your time, and you'll get to see everything. It'll unfold, the community, the products, the compensation plan. Get on a call. After you have all of that information, get on a call, ask them your questions. The poor DBS guy that took my husband's call, my husband asked everything. I'm just like, well, it feels good. And he's just like, well, I'm gonna check this thing out. And then I had him doing our DBS calls for a while, which was really fun karma. But yeah, it's like you just go in and that's it. And you decide from there. Do you feel aligned? Do you feel ready? Do you see how this business can truly change your life, can truly create the vision that you're after? And if you're ready, then you dive in, you get to start right into the money mastery course. If you need work on your money mindset, most people do, you get to dive right into launch your business, and you're led step by step exactly how to set up your socials. I had 170 Facebook friends too. I had no Instagram. I had no idea what it was. I was on private. I had none of this stuff. I met my sponsor in person here. She was world schooling mom of 2 young children. I was like, how the heck are you doing that? What are you doing? What do you mean you just moved from Bali? You're living in Costa Rica. What are you doing? And she showed me. So I literally, you don't have to know anything. You don't have to
Yeah.
have, you can be any age, any background, any skill set, doesn't matter. You come in with your energy, with your readiness, and explore it. And you see, watch from an entrepreneurial mindset as you go through the discovery process, watch what's done for you. That's it. You reach out, people reach out, you share a webinar. Do they feel aligned? They go through the discovery process. They have all of the information given, all their questions answered. If they feel ready, all the paperwork is done, and you just get to continue living your life. It's so beautiful and so incredible and so different that you have to go in and experience it. So if you feel ready to go in and check this out, our platform is $99 a month. The first month is $49, and you get 2 weeks to trial this where you can get your money back. So it is literally a zero risk. And in 2 weeks, you're going to know in like your first video, but go through the discovery process. It's like 2 or 3 days to really give yourself the time to answer the questions, feel into it, have your call. That's all just a few days. And then you have full 2 weeks to look around, look at all the courses. Like we have incredible mentorships. We have incredible momentums. Every 4 months, we have this incredible momentum in our community. They bring in the experts in our field. They bring in the experts on Facebook and Instagram and ads, and then the mindset leaders and the personal development leaders. Like entrepreneurship is 80% inner work. So they understand that. So we have all of the training on that as well. So you have everything you need to succeed, absolutely everything. So if you are seeking some freedom in your life, no matter who you are, no matter what your vision is, no matter where you are, you can do this business. You can absolutely do this business. So
If I can show up every day and do it, you can. You just
and
have to find it within yourself. Yeah.
that's it. And you'll know once you go into the discovery process.
You
So
will.
reach out to whoever invited you here, ask for the link to the discovery process, sign up, go through it, feel into it, give yourself that space, feel into it, learn about it, and then bring all of your questions, and have an informed, educated decision by the time you're done with your digital business specialist call.
Yeah, and
And
don't hesitate to ask who sent you questions. If you have a couple questions that you need answered before that process, then reach out, just ask the questions, because I guarantee whoever sent this to you is more than happy to discuss and go over everything. There's no reason to be shy or scared or anything. Like they would more than be happy to like explain everything and answer any questions that you have.
right, it's so important to us that you feel aligned and that you feel ready.
Yeah,
So important
definitely.
because we are here because we want people to succeed. So you have to feel ready. Like ask all your questions, but you'll
Yep,
know. You'll know.
I agree. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all for being here. Thank you for honoring, like giving us your time. I know we went a bit over, but we really just, it's so much passion and there's so
So
much
much
to share.
faster.
And it's so, so beautiful. So allow yourself, gift yourself the discovery process, gift yourself this experience because you won't know unless you explore it. So go and check it out, see how you feel, and ask your questions to whoever, to everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
And bye.